Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome to the How to Make Money from Content Creation panel, hosted by a guy who lives with his mom, so you know you're in the right environment. Um, we're going to do more of like a podcast discussion where I'm going to offer the perspective of a small streamer, like a 50 viewer average. Then we have Alexandra, who's going to offer the perspective of a larger streamer. Then we have Lennard. I think I'm pronouncing your name right.
That's right.
Yeah. And he's a content creation manager, and he's going to offer the perspective of a game journalist and also a guy that has been managing many large creators and has probably too much knowledge. So, let's start with Alexandra.
Hello.
Who are you?
Okay.
What do you do? And how the hell did you get here?
Oh, I'm Alexandra. I'm from Bolivia, South America. I'm a chess streamer and content creator. Yeah. And I also play chess. I compete in chess. So, yeah.
How good are you at chess for the average person that doesn't play chess?
For the average,
And describe it to a person that wouldn't actually play chess. How good are you?
very good. No, I think I'm okay. Like I lose many games online, but it's because I'm focused in chatting and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. And Leonard, who are you? How'd you get here?
I'm from the Netherlands, and I'm an influencer manager, video game journalist, and well, my roots are in video gaming, but throughout the years, influencers were growing and upcoming. So nowadays we also manage influencers, and mainly the guys that we manage are gaming influencers. So they're playing or they're making content on YouTube, but also on the social platforms, and they're streaming on Twitch, of course. But besides that, we expanded. So we're also managing a guy that is only cooking food. It's nothing to do with games, but it's really fun to do. And we recently started working with DJs, which is something else as well. But yeah. In the end, it's all everything is about content creation, and we are managing all the aspects of what's going on behind the scenes, actually.
How different is it to manage a person that does the food videos versus a guy who makes the just gaming content?
It's fairly easy because in the end, when you have what we do is, well, the content creators are creating content, so they doing their own thing. What we do is when their campaigns are coming in, we just manage the campaign. So basically, when we get a deal offered to integrate something, a product in a video or whatever, we look at the paperwork, the small letters, and we also discuss the fee that needs to be paid for the advertising, and everything that goes on behind the scenes. That's what we do. So the influencer can focus on creating the content, and that's basically what we do. And that's it's a lot of work, but at the same time it's fun. And yeah.
Okay. How easy or how real, if you are a new person starting out today, you made your first YouTube channel today, how easy do you think it is to actually make a living as a content creator these days? Do you think it's realistic? Do you feel like there's so many content creators these days that it is, virtually impossible? How easy do you think it is, or realistic in general?
I think well, the most important thing is to start and being consistent. I think the results you cannot see you has to pass a lot of time. I don't know, it's something like this. You cannot see results until one day you really see the results. I think it's like that.
How much time would you actually allocate? How much time would you spend if you're plateauing, you're not seeing any results? How long do you think it's realistic to wait for the big boom? If you're you've been doing it for 2 years, do you feel like it's time to quit? Or, how much time would you personally think is a good idea to allocate to just waiting for success to come?
I mean, if you are trying to improve, what are you doing? Your content, every time trying to, I don't know, research, watch other contents, have more inspiration. Depending, I think is 2 years. I think it's good 1 year, 2 years, and before that, no, not quitting. I don't think so.
Okay. That's interesting because I think I asked you that question yesterday, and I think you said about 2 years as well, right? Something along the lines of dedicate. I remember something along the lines of 2 years.
If you want to be a content creator and the main goal is to make a living out of it, and at the same time being creative. If you're lucky, you're going viral and people are going to find you. That's one way to the top. The other way is that if you're not lucky, but you're really authentic and you offer something new, you can get there as well. And the third way, it's the longest way, and that's mainly the way everyone takes. It's keep on going, and hoping that you are the one that will be growing in the end. And yeah, it can be within 6 months, it can be 2 years, it can 6 years, 10 years. It's a kind of dedication, but I think 2 years would be on average.
This is my perspective, but I've witnessed a lot of people that go viral overnight. It's almost like winning the lottery. A lot of them, not a lot of them, I can't statistically say a lot of them. It's almost like they squander the money because they've never learned the skill set how to be a good content creator. It's like the question of if Mr. B sold you your YouTube channel to you, would you be able to manage it without him? No. And the people, maybe I'm wrong, the people that spend more time maybe to pop off, I would say they're probably more capable of sustaining it long term.
Yeah, because you're building something on your own. Well, viral is, everyone wants to go viral because it attracts a lot of people, but viral can be done overnight.
Yeah.
So for some people it did work and they did maintain their audience, but a lot of people that did go viral, they, after a week or whatever, or a month, was that again? So in the end, it's the long way is the best way, because then you can create your own platform. You're creating your own online identity and develop on that. And if that is interesting for people, they will come back.
Fair enough. Because I mean, I've been taking my long way. I've been doing it for 5 years. The pop off is anytime now, guys. Okay, it's gonna happen anytime. But yeah, I guess like 2 years would be a good time. Do you think everyone could actually make it as a content creator? Do you feel like you have to have like some sort of a personality trait or skill? Do you think every person here in the crowd, if they made a YouTube channel or a Twitch channel or a TikTok account, you think all of them would have success to some degree?
I think the most important thing is to want it. Like if you really want something, yeah, you can do it. Like some of people has like the charisma, and also they are very extrovert, but also I think you have to show your personality and also being honest. And one thing is very interested, and I think is important too, is like to it's kind of to offer a journey, like a story, like it's like kind of to show like how you start, like if you are competing to find a villain, I don't know, the goal you want to reach, and different stuff. I think all these things are important for this.
Yeah, that storyline.
Yeah.
I feel like being a content creator is almost like being a storyteller. If you're like the interesting person in your group of friends that like can actually take you on a journey of like a story, everyone probably knows those people where you like, you're a good storyteller. I feel like being a content creator is almost like being you need to be able to tell your journey, even if it's like in a short, every like TikTok or a short form video or a long term form video, all of them are like a mini journey that you have to post and you have to like share in a way. But do you think everyone could actually make it as a content creator?
No.
Ooh. Why?
Because everyone can create content, because everyone has a phone and you just go live on Facebook or whatever. You can make a video, a photo, whatever, you can post it. So yeah, in that regard, everyone can be a content creator, but if you put it in a successful content creator, that's really, really hard, because like everyone can do it nowadays. It's fairly easy to set up a stream or whatever. You need to be interesting for your audience. And being interesting for an audience is something that you have or don't have. And there isn't a golden formula to follow or whatever. It's just about personality, identity, how you do your content, what your limits are, and so on. So, of course, everyone needs to follow their dreams and just try and go for it. And in the end, I would say go for it and just keep on going. But you have to be realistic that being a full-time content creator isn't for everyone, because otherwise everyone would be a full-time content creator.
Fair enough, yeah. Do you think I guess it's a question for both of you. Do you feel like it's different? Let's start simple. Are you a full-time or a part-time creator?
Full time.
And were you a part-time creator at some point before, or did you immediately go to full-time?
I was part time. Yes, I started like just posting some videos, streaming occasionally, and then I realized this is what I want. And then one day I decided, and then I went all in on it.
You committed. Was it mentally different to be a part-time creator versus a full-time creator? Because I feel like the worst thing, I started streaming in 2019, and I was going to college at the same time because of COVID, and then I dropped out of college. But it became really different to stream. I still remember this as if it was yesterday. I don't know why. I said something along the lines of, it's so much less fun to stream now that I'm not going to college, because you have to. Your stream is almost like a reflection of your life, and if your life is not that interesting, you don't have. It's like you can't make a relationship out of a relationship. You need to put external things into the relationship, and that's how I feel about streaming. That you need to, or any content creation, you need to put external things into it. So mentally, it became a lot more challenging to stream when I guess I didn't go full time, but I didn't do anything, so it might as well be full-time. But it was like a very interesting mental switch going into full-time versus part-time content creation. Do you feel like it was like a switch for you, or was it like there was no difference for you?
Oh yes, definitely was a switch. I was studying, and COVID start, and then one day I discovered streaming, so I decided to start there, and my first stream after stop streaming, I cried. I feel very overwhelmed, and but I didn't have expectations. Like I just did it for fun, but I don't know why. Like I cried after my first stream.
Okay. I've had a lot of those as well. Just usually not positive, not positive crying, which is I like the interesting dark side of content creation. Okay. What do you feel like full-time and part-time mentally are different for the content creator? And because you said not everyone can be a full-time content creator, right?
That's a good question, a difficult one. What I do see with the influencers we manage, they're mainly full-time. There's one of the guys, he started going back to studying again because he says, well, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this like forever. So he has a kind of a backup plan. But it depends a little bit on what you do. Mental health is very important. So if you want to be a content creator, or you're going to be a full-time content creator, you have to decide for yourself what is possible and what isn't. Because one of the traps I've seen throughout the years is daily uploads. And if you don't do it, then you're creating the fear that people are going to run away. So don't start with daily uploads. Make a schedule. What I do see a lot with the streamers, they're online on Monday or Wednesday, and that's about it. So they can be a full-time content creator, but their streaming is only on certain days, because the other time they used to work, study, or because the influencers I do manage, they are streamers, but are also on other platforms active as well. So basically what they do is they stream two days a week. So they're, in that regard, they're part-time content creators, but they're using their other time to create Instagram stories and so on. It's kind of difficult to when part-time or full-time, it depends really on what you are, what you want to do, and so on. So, but in the end, the most important thing is to create a schedule for yourself and live by the schedule. And if you're going to skip a day or whatever, just do it.
I think the most of the streamers start part-time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like you have to build your audience and
Yeah.
to improve every day, like to learn from others. Yeah.
I feel like starting off immediately into full-time would be a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I think.
It's like the stories of the Bitcoin rise where people sold their house and invested all of it on Bitcoin when it was like all-time high. My brother knew a person like that. That was a funny story in a sad way. Interesting. The interesting thought is about like not setting an expectation for daily uploads if you're not going to be able to just stick with it. Actually, I've never heard anyone say that you shouldn't even start the expectation for your audience if you're, because that's what I did over the last year. I started doing daily uploads on TikTok, and I go to university. I cannot for the life of me. I can barely manage like every other day, and already is very hard, and it mentally feels different. It feels like I'm almost not. It feels weird for me because it feels like I'm being lazy almost because now I'm only doing like every other day uploads. That is really an interesting thought about like the fact that you don't even.
It's kind of a trap because when you're starting as a content creator, you want to gain an audience, and the best way to gain an audience is creating content. So you put up the bar really high for yourself by starting daily uploads. But when you're doing this for I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years, if you go on a holiday, you have to prep for, I don't know, 2 weeks on content. You always have to have this content online because that's what your audience is expecting from you. So do it the other way around, because if your content is interesting, quantity doesn't matter, quality doesn't matter. And don't what's the right way to say it? It's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
I feel like I would maybe argue with you on the thing of quality over quantity. Not, you are right. Then again, there are people, I watch a lot of these YouTube channels where they post like one video a month and it's like an hour-long analysis of like a video game. And then they disappear for a month. But I wouldn't recommend that to the average person though. I feel like for the average person, quantity still. Would you agree that quantity probably matters more than quality, at least at the start?
At the start, I think quantity matters more because if you post more, you learn more. Like every time, like, oh, this works better. Oh, I don't know, like you improve one thing, you try another thing. So I think like if you upload more, you have more chances, right? And then you see what your audience like and what do you like. So I think it's important.
Yeah, I would probably agree. Though, if you are one of those rare, talented people that can make a viral, amazing quality video right at the start,
Yeah.
I've seen those channels where they make like the very first video and it's already crazy viewed, but I would probably not recommend that strategy to the average person. I think it was Mr. Beast, not that he's a good person to talk about right now. He said something along the lines of the first 100 videos you upload on your YouTube channel is basically like the tutorial. And you just need to get them out to see, basically to discover yourself. It's like doing a crap ton of psychedelics to know who you are. I guess that's the Mr. Beast perspective. Okay, talking about how you make money from content creation, what do you think is the most sustainable, best way to make a living as a content creator? Do you think it's Twitch subs? Do you feel like it's YouTube views, ad revenue? Do you think it's opening a Patreon? What do you think is the most, what's the best way to make money out of content creation?
I think it's depending of every person. Yeah. For example, like if you really enjoy streaming and you do more streaming, like makes sense. Like it's the subs and the donations. Like, but if you are a content creation, YouTube and the other social media, and also like how you say Patreon, it's that is very smart because it's like if you have something to offer there, like a course or I don't know tutorials of how to do something or exclusive content. I think like it's like the end of the tunnel, you know, like it's where you want all everyone goes there.
Yeah.
I think I think everything is a plus, you know.
Yeah. There's this, we're going to get to you in a second. There's this interesting paradox that if you're a Twitch streamer, I guess we're streamers, so we're giving a lot of the streamer perspective. Small streamers make more money than small YouTubers, but medium YouTubers make far more money than even the biggest of streamers. There's this like paradox where if you're like a super small streamer, people donate more money to you, but then as you get more viewers, people are like, oh, this guy's big, he doesn't need my money. There's like this interesting paradox of at least making money on Twitch and I guess on YouTube. Well, what do you think, if from the people that you manage or from your, I guess, personal experience, what is the best way and what do you think is the thing you should promote the most in your content?
There's I noticed there's a difference because when you guys are talking about making money, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's mainly based on the subs, right? And donations.
On Twitch, yeah, it's the monthly resub and the
Yeah.
donations.
Of course, the guys that we manage, they have their income based on that. But that's, from a management perspective, that's not where we make our money off. We're making money off deals. So basically, when let's just say Black Ops 6 is coming out next week, so one of the biggest Call of Duty players in the Netherlands, that's the guy that we manage, he was asked by Activision to come over to the launch event next week. So I'm going there with him to the launch event, and he is active on YouTube streaming, on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Short, and he's going to make money out of the deal with Activision to make multiple Instagram stories about the event. And a week later, I believe they want to have him to create a TikTok video with some highlights of the new Call of Duty. That's something completely different than how you guys are making money based on the subs or donations.
Yeah.
But this is Activision directly paying us or the influencer for content creation because it's advertising in the end. So that's one way. And what a lot of other things that we see is that different companies are approaching us for YouTube integration. So basically you have a video 15 minutes and after 2 minutes or whatever, there's a short fragment with advertising in it.
Skip all of those.
You should. But what we mainly do when we're trying to make money of something is that we create package deals. So our influencers are active on multiple channels, and what we do is that we can sell 1 hour of stream on Twitch or YouTube. Then you're going to play the video game for 1 hour, but at the same time, it's before the stream starts, we also include an Instagram story 24 hours before saying, I'm going to play this game tomorrow. Go watch my stream. This is the link to my stream. And after the stream, we offer a highlight video on TikTok or YouTube, a short or whatever. And those are multiple deliverables, that's how we call it. And we combine it in one package and put a price on it. And that's how it goes.
Which of the sites usually earns the most money? If Activision comes to you, they're like, we want to promote a game. Do you think like Instagram, they value Instagram more than YouTube or TikTok more than Twitch, or
it's not about really, in that regard, it's not really about the platform, it's about the influencer. Because, like I said, we manage a guy that's doing food. Well, Activision is not going to ask him to do anything with Call of Duty because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
But the other guy who is doing this campaign next week at the Black Ops launch, he is a very good Call of Duty player. So Activision targets him because his audience is going to play Call of Duty. So it's the other way around, that the companies are picking out the right persons for their advertisement or for the campaigns or whatever you want to call it. And then we can decide based on the briefing. Well, they send us a briefing with pointers. This is what you need to talk about. This is our goal, and so on. And as a management, we decide in discussion with the influencer what the best way is to put it out there. So sometimes it's only Instagram stories, sometimes only TikTok, sometimes it's YouTube integration, and it depends also on the budget, because the bigger the budget, the more you can do.
Okay. For you as a content creator, do you get any more deals for like Instagram versus any site? Or is it also like package deals where they want everything?
Yeah, I think a package deal make more sense. Like for, I don't know, like you promote on Instagram. That is like I'm going to do this in a stream on a stream, and so I think it's more like package deals. But I think also YouTube is
Okay. Interesting. Because, yeah, usually usually I've never gotten an offer that was about multiple platforms. It was either TikTok, unilaterally, Twitch, or usually just both of those, which is interesting. But I guess maybe, it depends on the size of the creator you are as well.
But you can also say, well, if they reach out to you and they want to do something on Twitch, you can say yes, and there's that. But you can also email or call back, like, listen, I'm also active on TikTok, and that will amplify your message even to wider audience. Why not include it? Because they find you, or they did find you on Twitch, and that's why they reach out. But sometimes companies don't know that you're active on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
Just offer, and sometimes they say no. Sometimes they say, oh, that's interesting. You can rise the fee or whatever.
Okay, that makes sense. I guess I also haven't had enough offers and deals to even have reached the need for that. But yeah, that makes full sense. Do you think it's good to have, because you mentioned that you should have the food content creator would get different deals versus a gaming YouTuber, streamer, whatever. Do you feel like it's important to have your niche of content? Like, because you're a chess content creator, do you get more chess deals? Do the people that give you, I don't know, sponsored deals, do they care about the fact that you play chess? Do you feel like it's important to have like your niche shtick that, I guess, not from the viewership side, because I think from the viewership side it is very good to have your niche. But do you think from the content creation, money making side, is it good to have like your niche of product, I guess?
well. I think it's important to have your niche, and like, for example, I think like I don't know how to say it. Like
You can give us hints. I'll give you the word. What word are you looking for?
no, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Nah, it's fine. I can give him the same question
Yeah,
while you think about it. Okay. What do you think about it?
A niche is interesting if your content will be appealing for your audience. The best example I can give is that just the guy I just talked about, Jaraski. He's a big Call of Duty player. And he's always playing shooters and Grand Theft Auto Online and doing races because he's the adult games he's playing. And 2 years ago, we got a campaign for Farming Simulator 24, 23 or whatever.
Okay.
And he just did a video and it exploded. And now he has a whole video series about Farming Simulator while he's used to playing Call of Duty. So in that regard, it doesn't make sense, but people love to watch it.
Okay.
So, and of course, Farming Simulator isn't that niche anymore, but for shooter players, it's really weird to do it. But yeah, if it works and you're having fun, why not?
It also tells you how important it is to go out of your comfort zone of the content you make, because if you dedicate your entire livelihood, if you're a full-time content creator, to playing one genre of game, I've seen this with, Ninja, Fortnite streamer.
I think so, yeah.
He did the dance.
Yeah.
that he was the most popular streamer on all of Twitch, and then Fortnite declined, and he's gone, which is kind of sad. But yeah, if you dedicate your entire career on one thing, I've seen so many people dedicated to one game or one, I guess, even platform. It's so scary as a content creator to actually just like have all your marbles in one bag, or all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, but that circles back to what Alexandra said at the beginning of this panel. Is when you start as a content creator, try a lot of different things and get to know your audience, and don't focus too much on one thing, because everything has an end. And of course, Call of Duty has been here for many years, but there will be a moment that everyone is like, whatever, Call of Duty, they're going to play farming sim or whatever. So don't focus too much on one thing. And also, what I do notice is that a lot of content creators are on one platform.
Yeah.
Because that is what they're doing good or feeling comfortable or whatever. But place your bets on many horses. So do Instagram, do TikTok, do circle promotion, and so on, because sometimes your viewers on Twitch will decline. Sometimes your viewers on YouTube will decline. Switch over to the platforms where the most viewers are, and do what you find comfortable, of course. But at the same time, if you want to make money, you have to be at the platform where you can make the most amount of money. Yeah. But keep it alive.
Yeah, keep the platform alive.
Yeah. All of them.
Yeah, that's such an interesting thought, because I am one of those like one platform focused people. I just focus on Twitch, because it feels like doing YouTube is such a different set of skills than doing Twitch. And I mostly just mostly focus on Twitch. And when stuff goes bad, it feels like the world is crumbling. But if you have multiple platforms, when one of them is doing badly, you could just switch to the other one. And it's almost like you just kind of like segue for a little bit. Do you feel like you're focused on one platform, or what is your main platform that you do?
I'm trying to focus more on YouTube now. Like, I think like it's for periods. I feel like I started with TikTok, then I switched to Instagram, and then Twitch, and then YouTube. And I think you have to have all of them, even if you don't post too much, like you try everywhere, like even Twitter, I think.
Yeah, even Twitter,
yeah.
Or X, yeah.
Yes, or X, yeah, exactly.
Do you manage all of them yourself, or do you have someone? Because I'm gonna be honest, like managing all the platforms as a guy who's also doing university, and then you have to edit your own videos and edit your own TikToks and do 5-6 hour streams. First world problems. I'm not working in a coal mine, but do you do all of it yourself, or?
I have help, but yes, I did for a while. Like I manage all myself. For example, I think it's important to have a team, even if it's very small. But also, like it's very difficult to I don't know, to make content for everything, like Twitch, YouTube, and the other social media, because they don't work the same.
Absolutely not.
No, they don't work the same. But you have to try everything, and I think try to find someone who can help you managing is important too.
Yeah, it's very easy for larger content creators, because at that point, for example, if you need a YouTube editor, your YouTube already makes money, so you can just you can take a portion of the money you make. But if you're just starting up, you don't have any money to invest into like an editor or anyone posting your content. It's almost like this closed loop circle that it's, I guess, like the simplest way of saying is like the rich get richer, because the more the more audience you have, the more money you have, the more people you can get to manage it, and so the snowball just keeps infinitely growing. While if you're a small creator, you're making one video on like one site and you're completely overwhelmed, and then it's kind of like the rock bottom there. Yeah, this is a perspective of like starting off, but don't worry, guys. Starting off is good. Just, you need to do it. Okay, what portion, without like any specific numbers, sponsors making deals with companies? Do you think that's the majority of a larger content creator's income versus whatever else they do? Do you feel like their careers basically built on deals, sponsors?
Well, if you're on YouTube, you have the YouTube advertisement. If you're on Twitch, you have the subs and the donations, and that creates a baseline, basically. So if you're posting, let's say, 2-3 videos a week with an average of 40-50K views, that creates a fairly decent income per month.
Yeah.
So that's the baseline. But when it comes to deals, they're way more lucrative. So the guys that I manage, the main part of their income is based on those deals. And yeah, sometimes there's a month without a deal, and then you still have your baseline of
You
income.
still have the baseline.
And then the next month you have 4 or 5 deals where you're making a shit ton of money, and it goes up and down. And but it's definitely the main part of their income. It's based on all the deals that we make.
Do you feel like the deals are very focused on the location that the creator is at? Basically, because you're from the Netherlands, you manage Dutch YouTubers. Are all the deals they usually get around the Dutch audience? As in, like, does the localization of your audience really matter?
It depends on the deal, because with the guy that does food, we did recently with the local national supermarket, and yeah, that's localized because it doesn't make sense to have that deal in France or whatever. But when you look at video games, publishers have an international budget for content creators, and they allocate a certain part of the budget to the Netherlands, and the goal is to reach the Dutch people. But sometimes we see companies that are based in the UK or the US or whatever, and they want to just try things in the Netherlands. So, but yeah, to give an answer, it's mainly localized focus, but it depends a little bit on what the campaign is.
Okay. One of the dark sides, and I'll want your opinion on this, one of the dark sides of, for example, being from Lithuania is that, first of all, managers are not really a thing. People like you are, having a content manager is not really a thing here. But also, I've gotten like 4 deals in my 5 years of streaming. One of them was from Raid Shadow Legends. One of them was from Temu, and I didn't accept it. I had a whole debate on my stream about should I accept the Temu sponsorship. I was like, no, I'm going to take the moral high ground. Temu, kind of a bad company. And I was like, no, I'm not going to take it. Then I turn on YouTube. The first thing I see, some random Lithuanian doing a Temu unboxing because it's sponsored. And I was like, at least that's not me, but still. Yeah, I had a deal from Raid Shadow Legends. I had a deal from Temu. And I had a deal of these bigger companies. But then two more. But no one really cares about sad as it sounds, no one really cares about the Lithuanian audience, it feels like. So because you said like your people, but then I don't know how it feels to be a big Lithuanian streamer. Maybe it's a complete different, in the seas of all the LT republics and everything, maybe the amount of deals they have is just crazy. But then again, that's like 2 streamers. I think we have one Lithuanian streamer that has like 12,000 Twitch viewers average. He plays World of Tanks. And then we have a LT Republic, and then a few more who average like thousands. In terms of Twitch, there's a lot of Lithuanian YouTubers that do Lithuanian content that are up and coming, and pretty big. But do you feel like it's... how would I form the question? I said I want your opinion. Do you feel like because you're from Bolivia, right? But I guess you don't...
I'm living in France, but I don't speak French.
Yeah, do the deals that you get, they're probably more like Western European deals, right? They're not really like not a Bolivian company coming to you?
No, not at all.
Have you ever gotten any Bolivian deals?
No.
Okay. What kind of deals do you usually, not in terms of product, I guess? Is it like a Western European product that they want you to advertise, or what is it that they usually want?
I think it's depending of the audience. I really think that, because if your audience is like from US, like you cannot offer something from other country, and I think like if they are not interested in Lithuanian streamers, how you were saying, like maybe you can look for local deals. I think like it's depending of your audience. Yeah. For
Okay.
example, my audience is chess,
Uh-huh.
so it doesn't matter too much. Like if it's a deal about chess, it doesn't matter where I'm from. So yeah, but I think like if you want to focus in your country,
Yeah.
like it makes sense you make deals with the local companies, right?
Okay, a very good question. Do you look for deals yourself, or do you have someone doing it for you? Walk us through how a content creator gets a sponsor deal or a product placement. Explain the process from like start to finish, at least in your experience. How does it usually go?
Well, I'm more focused in creating content than looking for sponsors, but I get a reach out from them. And yes, I have some interest in specific brands and companies. I try to reach out to them. I also had a manager before, and he helped me with that. So some of I had success and others not because it's not related to the things I make, like or my audience, like if it's like female, male, and where. So it's depending. Yeah. So I think more than anything, I let them reach out to me, and I think if is all the income. It's not just the sponsors. I think it's like everything. Like
Yeah.
more if you are a small content creator. Like it's like the subs.
Yeah, subs
Yeah,
donations.
the advertisement, the sponsors are
Yeah.
very important because they are. I think it's a lot of money in sponsors, but like every month, like you cannot have the same one.
Yeah, you can't
I
have
mean,
the-
if you have you are an ambassador or something, yes, but I don't know, depending of the agreement.
Yeah, the ambassador deals are the most interesting, where you work with like a single company for an extended amount of time. I feel like that's fairly rare, right? I guess both of you could answer the question. It's probably the deal that the content creator wants the most. You know, you're partnered with, imagine any company, MSI or something, right? Like you're the ambassador MSI. Those deals are kind of rare, right? Have you had a lot of those or not really?
No, ambassadors, no, I'm looking for it. Like I have some interest there, but no, not yet.
Okay. Same question to you. Are the ambassador deals where you work long term with a company, are those rare or are those like a frequent occurrence in what you get?
It comes and goes. Sometimes, last year we had 3 or 4 offers for one influencer to be an ambassador of this and that and so on. And this year, none. They were all separate deals. It depends a bit on the product and the time, I guess. But I'm not really fond of ambassador deals because that eliminates other opportunities.
Yeah.
So if you have, let's just say, 10, for example, you have 10 video card companies that are delivering all those cards, and you're going to be an ambassador for brand A, but brand B, C, D, and so on, they also want to work with you, but you have a deal for a year, you can't do anything with them. So when you become an ambassador, it can be really lucrative, but is it going to be lucrative in the end? So that's something you really need to look at and to discuss with the brand, of course. And yeah, if you're going to be an ambassador, it can be really interesting, but make a good deal because you're going to be, you can do other things with other companies. So.
Okay, fair enough. I never thought about the long-term perspective of almost being locked in. Yeah, the thing is, we got to I have 30 questions, and we got to 3 of them. Okay, we got 3 questions. But hopefully there's, something you learned from the panel, from the perspective. I feel like all of us could do a 6-hour podcast. Maybe that's ironically an idea that we should do. That's an idea that's already potentially floating up. Yeah, I hope some of you, I learned stuff as a creator, especially about the deal making, as usually as a small creator that doesn't really happen. So yeah, I thank all of you for coming to the panel, and I hope you learned something.